Hello, everyone. My name is Hadia Nuruddin of Duets Learning, and I'm here to share with you some of my favorite tips about personal storytelling. We are on tip number 3, which is no change, no story. Yes, I know. That sounds kind of harsh and kind of severe, and there are some exceptions, but a story without a change is really just a testimony, right? It's just a retelling of events, it's just an anecdote. It's just a good idea to look at stories as mechanisms that feature change, especially personal stories in most contexts. Think about it. If you use a personal story to answer an interview question, you want to reveal how you were, what you learned, and how you grew from it. If you are telling a story to promote a service you're offering, you want to share your perspective before developing the service and what sparked the flame that made you believe that the world needed what you're selling. Those are 2 examples that are just all about your journey and what you learned from it. If you have an event in your mind and you want to share a story, part of the work is considering what you learned from it. You could also go the other way around and start with the lesson you learn and then mine your life for the events that support the lesson or change. So when I say change, it always sounds like this big metamorphosis has taken place. And that doesn't have to be that big of a change, and it also doesn't have to be much of a change at all. It could be more of a change in perspective. So in that case, it's less of a change and more of a reveal. You see in yourself differently, right? This usually feels just a little bit more accurate to me. So, for example, you have a job where you have a boss that second guesses you directly into the ground every time you make any suggestion, right? But then you switch companies and you have another boss who is supportive of you. Now you have all these great ideas. Well, you didn't change. You had all those great ideas, right? You just didn't have an environment that supported it. So it's not always about this miraculous change. It's just about you coming into your authentic self and stepping into the person that you already were. So consider that as well. Where are all these changes? Where is all this information and where are you supposed to get it? Well, it's back there. You're going to have to go back and find them. And it's not as easy as it sounds, certainly. You also find that answers, of course, will change over time. But the best storytellers take the time to reflect and look at the connections between the experiences and events in their lives. They try to make meaning from them. They're ultimately meaning makers. But as a society, I understand that we are taught not to reflect. There are many people who are very proud of the fact that they never look back. And then they wonder why they keep running into the same wall over and over again. I mean, I'm sorry, but I just feel like, how are you ever going to learn if you don't reflect? If you don't look at the past and think about, how can I improve that? How can I do better? However, I would stress that I distinguish reflect from dwell. You don't want to dwell. In my opinion, reflecting is learning from the past, but dwelling is living back there. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. Until next time.